So we all know working from home, especially since 2020, has changed. It has become harder and harder for people to even want to be indoors because of the distractions from kids, pets, family members, and sometimes even your own damn mind because, well, you've got a lot on your mind, rightfully so. It's totally okay. In this video, I'm gonna teach you the 5 productivity morning routine habits that I've created that's really helped me skyrocket my success in my online business today. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, Jen Morilla, and I'm so glad that you're here. This YouTube channel is for coaches, small business owners, and service providers. If that's right up your alley, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every single week when I drop new YouTube videos just for you. Today's video is extremely special because it's all about mindset. And honestly, you guys, I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've done the work. I do the work every single day, and I have really tapped into what it takes to create a productive lifestyle, a disciplined morning routine to be able to thrive in your business. And not even just your business, just your day, right? Because ultimately that's what you want to do. You want to have a very successful day. And if you've had 1 successful day, the chances of you having 5 are a lot greater. Very, very excited about this. Okay, starting off your day on the right foot can lead to huge productivity throughout the rest of the day. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you my 5 tips to a successful morning routine that creates more productivity in your day-to-day. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start with tip number 1, waking up at the same time each morning. Now, when I first started my career as an online entrepreneur, this was one of the hardest things in the world. So ultimately, starting a morning routine means that you have to have a night routine. So the night before, really setting yourself up for success. And what I mean is, let's say your plan is that you normally go to bed at 12 o'clock, but that means that it's really hard for you to wake up at like 6 or 7 to start your day. So what should you do? You should probably go to bed earlier. And so maybe setting yourself to like get yourself into bed by 10 so that you're asleep by 10:30, which means that around 9:30 you really start turning off. Maybe you do a night meditation, maybe you do some journaling, maybe you do some stretching, whatever it is that really gets you in the mode of like relaxing. Me personally, it's a shower. Like before I go to bed, just having a nice warm shower just really allows me to release everything, and I will sit in the shower and I would just imagine all the stress and all the bad energy and anything that came up throughout the day that was like really bothering me, just like wash away from my body so that when I get into bed, I'm kind of letting that go and releasing that. Something I also really like to do, you guys, is future manifestations, like future journaling. So right before I go to bed, sometimes what I really enjoy doing is imagining and like doing a meditation and imagining what my next day is going to look like and when I've already accomplished the goals. So for example, yesterday I actually went to bed and I batched my YouTube content. So I batched at least 5 videos today. By the end of this one, yeah, it'll be 5 videos. And I just imagined myself batching 5 videos and 7 reels and being really excited and really proud of myself and just feeling like this relief and this weight off my shoulder. And I walked through my entire day from like the moment I woke up, I had coffee, I spoke to my mom, I texted my best friend, I took a shower, I put on makeup, I got dressed, and then I did all the reels, and then I did all the YouTube filming, and then I just had this like awesome release. I had a yummy dinner, all those things. Now, granted, obviously that hasn't happened because that was the night before, but it really made me feel good. It made me feel accomplished. And then I went right to bed already imagining that it happened. And of course, it happened, it's happening. So just a little side tip that I like to do, and I highly recommend it to all my clients. So give it a try and let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I'm interested to hear if this is something you'd like to learn more of, or if it works for you if you tried it. Okay, this leads me to tip number 2. Now, they say that our minds are preoccupied with so many decision makings on a daily basis that leaving decisions like small tasks like picking out outfits is a really good thing to just kind of not think about so much. And so what I mean is setting your outfits up just like you set up your morning routine so that you can wake up early every single day and set that goal for yourself every week. Doing the same thing the night before for your outfits, like picking your outfits. I am not a fan of working in pajamas. Typically when I work in pajamas, it probably means I don't feel good. And my team ultimately knows that. So I actually get up every single day and I get dressed. I might not put on a full face of makeup, but I definitely brush my teeth, put on a bra, wear some jeans and a t-shirt or just yoga pants and a t-shirt, but I do not work in my pajamas. Another thing I want to mention that is really important is where you work. Working from your bed, I feel like a lot of you work from your bed. That is an ultimate no-no. I know that it's super comfortable and you really like your bed because it's nice and cozy, but it's bad for you because your bed is only for two things: sleeping and, you know, that other thing. And so you want to leave it like that, right? So you do not want to work from bed. Having your own private space, or even working from, even though I'm not a fan of working from the couch, but like working from a couch where maybe you can put your feet up or something like that is also okay. You can't have your own private office or anything like that. But ideally you want to be seated at like a dinner table or a desk or some private space where you're not with anybody else. The other reason I also say this, you guys, is because psychologically our brains are wired to remember things visually. So if you have a private office, a space that is yours, that is your sanctuary and that you go to get work done, you are more likely to be more productive because your brain automatically knows that when you're sitting in that space and you're doing work, it's for work. Make sense? So that's that. Okay, this leads me to tip number 3, taking a moment for yourself before you dive in. This is literally the most important thing. When I wake up in the morning, as soon as my feet hit the ground, I usually give myself a big stretch. I take a deep inhale and a nice exhale, and then I go to my meditation mat and I sit and I meditate. I meditate for 5 to 10. Usually for me it's 30 minutes, but when I first started out, it's literally 5-minute meditation. And then I get up and I have breakfast, and then while I'm having breakfast, I'll do a quick journaling. I'll either do a gratitude journal, or I'll just write down my thoughts and my feelings and see what comes up. Now, the reason why this is really important is because this is anything that you want to release, anything that you're stressed about, anything that you want to think about that isn't revolved around work. It's your time. You get to be selfish. Ultimately, doing a workout is a really good idea. So maybe doing your morning workouts is a nice little thing to do. Again, all of these suggestions are my opinions based off the things that have worked for me. And I'm obviously sharing with you guys, and I'm curious to know if they work for you too. But ideally, you just want to take bits and pieces that may or may not work for you and adapt them to your life. So maybe working out right away in the morning as soon as you finish meditation, and then you go straight into journaling, but really allow the time in the morning to be for you. I'm the kind of person that wakes up super early. Like I wake up every morning around 6:30, and the first thing I do, like I said, is I meditate. And then I'll usually do a workout in the morning. I try to do a workout 3 times a week in the morning and then another 3 times in the afternoon, because that's just how my classes work, because I do boxing and then some yoga. So it's just really flexible on time. But ideally, I'll do it in the morning, and then as soon as I finish my workout, I will take a shower, have breakfast, do a journaling, and then before I get into all my work. But having that time for myself just already makes me feel so good. And starting with the smallest tasks really makes me feel accomplished. Like as soon as I finish meditating, before I do anything else, I do my bed right away. So that my mind knows we're not getting into it anymore. We are getting up and we are moving on. The next thing I do is put on my workout clothes right away, and then I go brush my teeth. So I give myself there's like no ultimatum, like I have to work out. And again, what we're doing is we're reprogramming our brains to automatically think, oh, she's gonna work out now. I'm in control. Like you are the one responsible in creating your reality, working on your productivity, working on your health, giving that time to yourself. Okay, tip number 4, eliminating distractions. This is huge, especially for all my, coaches and content creators and business owners who are all about social media. Social media is such a distraction, and we let it consume our lives every single day. I mean, hello, look at me. I am your #1 candidate. So making sure that you're eliminating distractions. And what does that look like? Silencing your phone, muting your social media accounts. So typically what I do is as soon as I sit at my desk, before I start working on my tasks, I'll check on my social media stuff and I'll check on my DMs, how many I have. If I have the time and energy, meaning like if there's not anything I need to rush to right away, I will sit down for 20 minutes and I'll answer DMs and I'll make comments, etc. Like give myself that time to answer you guys in the DMs and all the stuff. And then I actually mute my Instagram right away. And I mute it for 8 hours. And I don't touch it again until lunchtime. Guys, this has been
such a game changer for me. I cannot tell you, just because I stay super focused on what I'm working on. The other thing that also really helps me, and this may or may not work for you, again, I want to know, let me know in the comments, let me know if you have a different playlist, but I utilize this playlist on Spotify. This is the playlist that I use for when I'm working. It just keeps me super focused on getting my work done. I can listen to that playlist, like I'll listen to it for hours, not even realizing that I'm still like listening to it while I'm working and answering all my emails and doing all my things. Now, this leads me to the very last tip. Tip number 5 is start your day with the easiest tasks. Some people will say start with the hardest tasks, but I'm not a fan of that. I like to cross things off my to-do list. Like, I am the actual pen to paper kind of girl, and there's something so pleasuring about just crossing something off your to-do list. It just feels really good. That's another thing too, is I make a to-do list of everything. Literally, personally, business, all things. So I have my to-do list, my daily to-do list, and that I usually set up the night before, and I start crossing stuff off. So the first thing I do is I check my social media accounts. If there is a lot of content and there's nothing that needs to be taken care of right away in my business, then I will answer the DMs, I will make comments, I will like posts, I will, you know, share reels, do all those things for 20 minutes, and then I mute my phone, and then I go straight into emails. I spend about 20 to 30 minutes on emails, and I time myself. I time myself because I can literally spend the entire day on emails because I get so many emails. So I'll spend 20 to 30 minutes on emails, and then I'll check in with my team on Slack, and then I check in on Asana, and then I check in on all my clients. And so those are the first few things that I do, and it takes me about an hour and a half to do all those things first thing in the morning. And so something feels really good about just crossing those things off. Then once I've done all the easy stuff, whatever the task is that is between 10 to 20 minutes, I cross it off and I get that done first, and I feel super accomplished. And then I start on the harder things. So anything that I need to write, like a sales page, or maybe edit some captions, or write some email sequences, or have a meeting, whatever that looks like, whatever those hard tasks start coming in, then I start focusing on that. Now, usually they say that your brain is more alive and more focused early in the morning. So trying to get those things done as soon as possible is the most important thing. And like I said, every single body is different. So sometimes you may be super focused in the morning, or maybe you're someone that's super focused in the afternoon. Knowing your peaks is important, and it's all about trial and error and really figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And ideally, just think about it for a second. Imagine if you can get all these little tasks done right before lunch, or maybe even just one hard task right before lunch. You're gonna feel so accomplished and so productive that the rest of your day is gonna be an absolute breeze. So like I said, every single person is different. What's gonna work for you may not work for someone else. So give yourself that grace and don't be so hard on yourself. If it doesn't work the first time, keep trying it anyways. All of these little tips that I've shared with you is trial and error that I've done for myself, that I know what works for me. My peaks for work are between 9 a.m. to 12, and then I drop around 3:34. So ideally, I'd like to finish my work at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, especially if I'm starting super early. But again, this is all up to you, and everybody's different, so whatever works for you may or may not work for anybody else. So making these few changes to your morning routine, I guarantee you, will add to a very productive day. So that is it, you guys. This concludes this video. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, if you want more of this, what were some of your morning routine habits that you found that to help you with productivity, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!